Okay guys, so this is it. This is a review of the Derwent Graphic pencils. They're just ordinary graphite pencils, and as you can see here, this is a 12 set that I got. It was a while back now, but as you can see here, let me just show you at the bottom here. So this is the light range. So they do like a set of 24, and then they have like these 12 packs. So this one here, this range goes from B all the way up to 9H, and then you can get the darks, which will go all the way up to 9B. This is my old set that I bought. I bought the 24 set probably about a year and a half ago now, and as you can see, that goes from 9B all the way through to B, H, B, F, H, and then all the way up again to 9H. So that's kind of like the full complement that they have, and I love this set. So the reason why I'm doing this particular one and not the other one is because there are a few little differences that have been made quite recently. The first one is the rebranding of Derwent, really. At the bottom here of of a lot of the tins, in fact maybe all of them now, they have the British flag kind of subtly placed on the tin, whereas before you just had these beautiful illustrations from artists who had been using Derwent products. That still is the case with the new tins and stuff like that. You still have these beautiful illustrations here by artists that use the Derwent products, but it's just this. And the reason why the British flag has been put onto it, there is a significance to it, and I'll show you that in just a second. So let's open the tin and we'll get into the pencils. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the pencils themselves. Now, what I was talking about with regards to the British flag and stuff like that, let me just quickly lift this pencil out here, and you'll have a better image coming up on your screen now. So if you look at the pencils, okay, this one here, one says made in Britain and the other one says England. Now, the one that says England came from the 24 set, and that was, like I say, I bought those about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit less. And Derwent have had to apply for this new status of made in Britain. Obviously I don't know what type of regulations or whatever that they had to go through to get this status, but it really does help improve their status around the world, having this stamp on their products. And so this was a real big feather in Derwent's cap to have this made in Britain. Now if you have a look at these two pencils, you can see clearly that obviously that's the biggest significant difference about the pencils, but the font is different as well. You can see on the new pencils it's this lovely silver, it's kind of like an indentation with silver leaf in it, whereas the other pencil is white, and so that was the significance within it. So this is the set. This is the 12 set. Like I said, they do a 12 set of darks, which goes all the way up to the 9Bs, a 12 set of lights, which goes to 9H. Then they do a medium set as well, which goes from, I think it's 3B to 3H, or it might be 4B to 4H. And then they obviously have their 24 set. So they cover all the bases of all types of graphic artists. So what we're going to do is, with my trusty Derwent sketching paper, I'm going to lay down some some graphite of these pencils and let you have a look and see the quality of them. Now, these are hexagonal pencils, and one thing I want to say is I've heard some people say that they don't think that these like the 9B is dark enough. But one thing I do want to say is, and I love these pencils, Derwent do these other pencils, these Onyx pencils, and you can see here they come just either dark or medium. That's all they are. But if you take a look at their cores, they're nice thick core and they are really dark, and I love these pencils. They're a round pencil, they're slightly different than the Derwent Graphic, but they're a lovely pencil. And they are the pencils that will give you the darkness that you need, I think. Certainly they're dark enough for me. So anyway, what we'll do is we will start off with the B and work our way down. Now, as I'm doing this, I just want to let you know, can you see that okay? Is it in focus? These pencils are, like I say, hexagonal, and the barrel is made of cedar wood, and I think it's roughly about an 8mm barrel, and it's a 3.8mm core. Now I'm putting kind of quite heavy pressure down here on these, as you can see here. So that's the HB. Then we're starting to get lighter because, like I said, this was the lighter set. So this is F. Now, as I'm laying these down, I can tell you that there's no scratching. In fact, you'll be able to see it. I'll zoom in. You'll be able to see, because when a pencil scratches or something like that, you can actually see the scratch. And these pencils are incredibly smooth. The graphite is just laying down really, really smooth. And as we get up into the lighter colours here, so we're into 2H now, I suppose you would expect, obviously it's a harder core, and so you might get a little bit of scratching with that. But as I'm going into these lighter ones, the 2H, now we're on to the 3H, so far there is no scratching whatsoever. These are really, really smooth. Now, I am going to say, these are the pencils that the graphic pencils that I use most of all. But whenever I'm doing reviews, I really do go out of my way to try and to examine it in every way, shape or form I can to make sure I am given a completely 100% accurate review, so that when you guys go to decide whether you're going to get a set of pencils or whatever, you can look at these reviews and know that I'm giving you a fully honest opinion on the pencils, and I am not being under any pressure from the companies or anything like that to say otherwise. So we're on to the 6H, and obviously I can feel that it's getting much harder, which you would expect, but there's still no scratching, which is, really, really good, because the last thing you want is a pencil scratching, especially when you see some of these really, really outstanding graphite artists, and if they have any scratching in the cores and stuff like that, it's just going to destroy their work, and which is something they can't afford, especially if they're halfway through a commission or something like that. So I'm almost finished here. I'm almost down to the 9H. This is the 8H. And this is the last one. This is the 9H. So I'm having to kind of like dance around this tripod a little bit. Now, like I said, when I've been applying these, I've been applying them with medium to heavy pressure because I want to do a few more tests with them, and I need them to be a little bit like that. So if we zoom in here, there you can see the B, the HB, the F, the 2H, 3H, 4H, and then we go up to the top there, 5H, 6H, 7H, 8H and 9H. Now I will say, as I'm looking at it here through the camera, this H looks darker than the F, but I maybe put a bit too much pressure on the H there. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so let's do the next test here, which is to, sorry, let me grab this. I want to get my Derwent blender, sorry that's upside down, just an ordinary paper stump, and I'm just going to blend these out. I think it's got a little bit of pastel on it from when I was doing the Derwent pastel review, but it has actually, so just let me get my sander and get rid of that blue. Okay, so that's it. So I'm just rubbing this across just to give you an idea of the smudging or the smearing or the blending, whatever way you want to describe this. And I am actually turning the paper stump round so that I'm not carrying over too much graphite from the previous test. But you can see there that it is moving really quite nicely, especially given that we are into the harder pencils here. You're not really going to be expecting it too much in terms of movement with the harder cores. It's mainly the darker pencils, all the way up to the 8B, etc., and the 4B and stuff like that, where because the core is much softer, it's much easier to move and to play about with. So there we have the blending, I suppose is what you would call this, the movement of the graphite whenever you're blending with a paper stump or anything like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just an ordinary HB, and I'm also going to take the 7H, and I'm going to use these pencils, and then I'm going to do like an eraser test. So this is the HB, and I'm going to use quite heavy pressure down on this, just so that we can see how well it lifts off with the heavy pressure. So, and the next one is the 7H. So again, relatively heavy pressure, medium to heavy pressure. And of course, if you are a graphite artist, you're not going to be using this type of pressure really. Everything is done in layers and light touches and stuff like that. So I'm using here, this is a complete Derwent fest today. I'm using my beautiful Derwent pencil eraser. Love this thing. Has a little brush there on the end, and the eraser here on the front is really soft. So if we just go here, you can see there that it lifts off really quite well. And then on the 7H, again, lifts off really well. And I will zoom in a second, but the next one that I'm going to show you is the Derwent battery eraser. And so we shall so there you go. Let me just mark these. Okay, so let me zoom in there so you can get a good idea of how much graphite has come off the paper, and you can see there it's quite good considering the pressure that I put on the pencils. Okay, so that's my review of the Derwent Graphic pencils. Obviously, I've only just tested the light scale here, the lighter end of the scale, but I will do another review because I have another 12 set tin of the darker colors, sorry, the darker shades. I'll do a review of those as well at a later date, but for now that was my review of the Derwent Graphic pencils. And as you've seen there, when I was laying down the actual graphite and stuff like that, there, it was incredibly smooth. It moved really well, and it erased really well also. So I would have absolutely no problem whatsoever in recommending these pencils for any graphite pencil artist. And I understand, you know, graphite pencil artists, the really high-end ones, they have their own unique pencils that they really enjoy using. But for anybody that is looking to get into graphite art and that type of thing, these pencils are really high quality. They feel good in the hand. They're hexagonal pencils, like I said. So they're good in terms of the fact that they're not going to be rolling off if you're using like a drafting board or anything like that. The Onyx pencils that I showed you, they are round, but they come in a small pack in any case. And they are very good. They're much darker, and they give you the real darks that you need to have. But that's my review in any case for the Derwent Graphite pencil. Thank you very much for joining me today. Don't forget, leave all your comments down below. If you've got any questions, if I've missed anything out, please just leave the comments down below and I will definitely get back to you. Also, I will have a written review for this, as always, over on the Art Gear Guide, so I will put a link for that down below. And if you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, the links for those will also be down below. Or you can go across to the Art Gear Guide, where there's a more comprehensive list of all the different social networking platforms that I follow. If you've liked this video, or you think that it might be beneficial to anybody that you know, please like it and share it. And thank you so much for your support. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given me, and for that I would never ever do anything to jeopardize that. So thank you so much, guys. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Bye.